Alright folks, what the hell is a TL-7? Well, as expected, it is related to the TL-1 LPC or the T-95 series of medium tanks designed to replace the Patton, but this is about the same size as a T-69 or Astron REX with a long barrel 120 autoloader, so kind of a weird positioning as a premium tier 9 American tank destroyer, support tank destroyer. So, alright. It's a lightweight medium tank that they put as a tank destroyer. Doesn't have the same playstyle as the Hellcat or the T-30 for that matter, so not an actual sniper tank destroyer, not a assault gun of a tank destroyer, it's a support autoloader like a T-69 or T-54E1 for some reason, but it's a tank destroyer. Alright, fine, whatever, but it weighs about 28 tons, has only 4 road wheels per side. So to put that into perspective, the T-69 with equipments weighs about 34 tons, so it's smaller than the T-69. It is actually heavier than a Sherman EZ8. It weighs more than a Sherman. Alright, fine, whatever. But it's a tank destroyer, so it's a lightweight tank destroyer. Fine, whatever. So let's take a look at the stats, but it should not be a tank destroyer. It should be like a medium tank or something. I don't know, but it's related to the TL-1 LPC as well as the T-95 medium tanks. They all share a lot of the same components or modules, but nothing came out of it, so only the M60 came out of it, so whatever. But crew of 4 fits all the American tank destroyers, no problem. Has a autoloader 120 British gun, alright, but we'll go over all the stats with 100% crew. So premium tank makes more credits and crew XP, but let's see how good the gun is. So 252mm of pen for a normal AP round. Gold shell is, let's take a look at the gold shell. I wish they put the gold shell into this page already, but they don't. So gold shell is APCR with 315mm of pen, which is not bad. And high explosive is also not bad in terms of pen, 105. But alpha for the single shot is 360. Is it 120 or 105? Jeez. It's 120. You saw it. 120. But it has a lower alpha than expected 400. So reasons unknown. But alright. DPM. Yeah. It's an autoloader. So about 2000. I mean it's an autoloader. So don't expect much. Accuracy 0.38. It's okay. Aim time is 2.6, which is also not the best, but average. 10 degrees of gun depression, 15 elevation. Gun traverse speed is only 25 degrees per second, so it's like a heavy tank, not really a medium. Reloads every 38 seconds. Has 2 seconds between each shot, and there's 4 shots in the clip. So the best you could do is 4 times 400, which is a little bit less than that, but about 1500 damage. So you won't burst a tier 9 down, you'll probably burst a tier 8 or something, but I mean, it's an autoloader gun. I mean, I wanted more alpha out of a 120. I mean, as expected out of a 105, but 120? That's kind of bad. Let's see the other factors like dispersion. So it's not good. God, no. 0.28 moving and tank traversing dispersion. That is bad. That is, yeah, potassium benzoate bad. You don't think about it, but that is not good. Turn traverse is better, but you're not playing this thing while sitting still since you have no penetration. So the best you could do is play this thing like a support medium tank. not a support tank destroyer. So that means you have to be moving and traversing. So not just turning the turret and snapshotting. So unless you're shooting all gold shell, yeah, that's a different story. But this accuracy is about the same as I think the Char Future Project medium tank has better accuracy while moving than this thing. Yeah, it does. Well, it has better accuracy turning the turret than the Char Future Project, but you're supposed to be moving with this vehicle, not standing still and trying to snipe with only 250mm of pen at tier 9 also. So yeah, 0.28 while moving and traversing is pretty bad. It's not as bad as something like this piece of junk right here. Yeah, it's not as bad, especially for the turret traverse, but I think it has worse moving traversing dispersion than something like the infamous Grill 15. So with the Grill 15, it's not a heavy. You're not supposed to shoot this thing while moving or even turning the turret. So yeah, the Grill 15 has better moving dispersion, but not as good traversing. And this thing has a lot better than the Grill 15 in terms of turret traverse dispersion. 0.4, that is horrendous. That is terrible. But overall, it is... You're not supposed to be moving while shooting this gun. But then again, it hasn't got the penetration to do so. So what's the... Unless you're shooting all gold shell, for that matter. So turning into a gold sink, like the GSOR, for that matter. Oh god. Shell velocity is alright for AP. Let's see for the APCR. Yep, 1500. So above average for the gold shell. They want you to spam gold. And high explosive is actually not half bad in terms of shell velocity. 1050. But yeah, you're not supposed to move about and shoot this thing unless you slow down. But oh god. It's an autoloader gun, but compared to something like the T-54E1, it's not that good enough, right? I have it on the list. Compared to the T-54E1, the heavy tank now, instead of medium, it has less DPM, about the same accuracy, better aim time, but better gun depression, less gun traverse speed, for some reason. It's a smaller turret too. Alright. Okay, about the same pen, but less alpha. Alright. Well, let's see the dispersion, just to be sure. Just so I can fulfill my desires of complaining about the dispersion. Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, it has worse moving dispersion. By almost like 50% than the T-54E1. Oh, it's not good. Alright, fine, whatever. Just scratch that on the chalkboard. We'll move on to the mobility. Just so we can see how good it is or how fast it is. Actually, the survivability, even though it doesn't have that much armor. So, survivability, 1500 health. Average for a tank destroyer at tier 9. But let's take a look at the armor, just so we can be sure. It is a medium tank after all, so troll-ish turret front. Some parts are 270-ish, 220-ish, but if you shoot the coaxial machine gun, which... Are there like 2 coaxial machine guns, or is that a periscope? Or gunner sights? That's the machine gun. That might be the gunner sights, but still. That is the 220mm weak spot, if you call it that, but the tumor on top is obviously pretty huge. So shoot there, or just shoot the hull armor. Hull armor is 150. Yeah, just shoot the hull. You'll get trolled by somewhere near the turret sides, like cheeks or top of the turret, but don't expect much. I mean, it's practically a medium tank, right? Or light tank for that matter. Side armor is only 50 with 20mm of tracks and 5mm of cage armor, so good against high explosive anti-tank shells, but normal AP will just chew right through. That doesn't matter. So unless you're faced off against somebody spamming gold, high explosive anti-tank, that's a different story. So it has cage armor, but whatever. It doesn't matter much. So armor wise, negligible. Not really too fancy, but it is small of a silhouette, so artillery shell will have somewhat of a problem, but if they hit, it is only 30 on top of the turret and 100 on top of the hull front, so artillery shell will hurt. Alright, moving on to mobility. 28 tons, lightweight for a medium. 17.14 horsepower per ton ratio, which is not bad. Only 50 kilometers per hour top speed, so slightly better than a Patton per se, but not that much better. And hull traverse speed is about 31, so slow medium tank-ish of a hull traverse. Terrain resistance, medium tank, not bad. 0.96 for hard and 1.8 for soft. So effective top speed is always 50-ish on medium or hard terrain, but it will slow down in terms of a swamp boggy design, so not half bad, but I mean, it's you're not supposed to shoot this thing while moving too, so that's a downside of the gun. Concealment 15.28. That's like a good medium tank-ish. I mean, it's better than the Patton, so average for a tank destroyer, but good enough for a medium. Meh. And spotting is 370 meters of view range. Tank destroyers have garbage view range, but that is artificial, designed by Wargaming to to balance, quote unquote, the vehicle. But radio is standard. What the hell do I feel about this? Oh god. Let's see. You cannot put a vertical stabilizer because it's a tank destroyer. It's not a medium tank. So putting vertical stabilizer to help out with the dispersion factor is not available. So you could put vents to help it somewhat. Not really. Gunner sights, improve aiming for the accuracy. 0.38 is kind of crap. So yeah, maybe the gunner sights. You cannot put a rammer. It's an autoloader. For the last one, maybe turbocharger or optics. I'm thinking optics, or maybe even the low exhaust thingy-majig. The optics is always best. So something along those lines, something close. I mean, let's turn up the field mods. So field modifications. This one's increasing terrain resistance, so that's a better. So it's the same concept with the heavy tanks. So even though it says increase the hull traverse speed, it doesn't really increase the effective traverse speed. So with the actual reinforced suspension that should minus 5% to the hull traverse speed, it's actually better than the lightweight thing. So always go with the reinforced one. It helps out with the terrain resistance, therefore helps out with the effective traverse. Alright, aim speed or aim circle size. Oh, this is a tough one. Both are crap, both are average, but this is a tough balancing act. Oh crap. Aim speed or aim circle size. 0.36 is not half bad, but 2.66 is kind of a long aim time, especially with 2 seconds of intershell reload time. Maybe this thing, maybe faster aim time just to get to the 0.36. I don't want to use like 0.34 accuracy, even though it will never happen. Maybe the 0.36 accuracy, just faster aim time. Concealment after firing, that's useless. You're firing multiple shots and your camo is always not that good, so always more view range. Fudge the after shooting concealment. It'll be better if it's yeah, it's not good. I mean, it'll be better if it's before firing camo, but meh. This one is, it helps out if you put the vents into the second slot, or you could put the spotting for the optics. Unless you're putting turbocharger, then you should put vents, but I'll put vents to help out with the view range and smaller stuff across the board. And reverse speed or concealment. Oh, this is a... You can have better camo, but slower reverse speed. Or you can have better reverse speed or less of a camo. That is a dramatic change. Like 15% to 10? That is pretty big. Or 15 to 20, that is pretty big. But at the cost of 2 kilometers per hour reverse speed, just drive around in a circle, don't drive backwards. Better reverse speed. Actually better camo. I don't know, this one's a toss-up, it's up to you. But if you're driving around all the time, so you already don't have moving camo anyways. Maybe you should put camo on so you can get into positions better without being spotted right away. But then again, if you get spotted right away, then you're already outside of cover, so you will be shot at. I don't know. This one's a toss-up. But there you go, folks. The TL-7 LPC. Not even LPC, it's the TL-7. How much would I rate this thing compared to something like the Cobra? It's not as good as Cobra. Cobra has the Centurion HESH rounds that they spam with like 440, 400 something alpha. So they spam the HESH round that has 490 alpha. Yeah, great. They spam that thing without using the actual high explosive anti-tank. So that's the main feature of the Cobra. It is a gold sink to spam the gold shell of the HESH. That's exactly what it's meant for. But I think that Cobra also has better moving accuracy and other stuff. Let's see, Cobra. What the hell is it? It begins with a K. Wait, it is tier 9, right? Or is it a heavy tank? What the hell? I am hallucinating. What the hell? Oh, there it is. It begins with a C, dumbass. Not K. Alright, remove everything. Remove everything. Get it done. Alright, so yeah, worse moving accuracy than the Cobra. And the high explosive anti-tank round does not compare to the... Oh, not the gold shell does not compare to the HESH round. The APCR round does not compare. It has the same alpha, so average. It's a premium though, so how much would I rate this thing? Oh god. If only it has better dispersion while moving, it'll be somewhat decent, but it's a medium tank. It's not a tank destroyer. It doesn't have the penetration to be a tank destroyer. It doesn't have the armor to be an effective medium tank, or the view range to be an effective medium tank. Also, the mobility is somewhat lacking too. Christ, how much would it? It's. I don't know if it's average or below average. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't have the DPM to be a tank destroyer. It doesn't have the gimmick like the HESH round with the Cobra to be somewhat viable. Accuracy is average. Aim time is average. DPM is average. Penetration is average for a medium tank. Alpha is below average for 120. Health is below average. Mobility is average. Spotting is below average. Concealment is whatever. This is like a 4.5 out of 10. It's a premium, so it helps, but it doesn't have the same playstyle as a Hellcat. It doesn't have the same playstyle as a assault gun, American tank destroyers. So you don't feel right at home playing with this vehicle compared to something like the Hellcat or compared to something like the E3 or E4 for that matter. So it's not the same. It doesn't feel right. I mean, why can't we have something like the ship TVP 100 for the Americans? Like, this is a perfect tier 8 Hellcat for the Czech, but it's not American. It's pretty good, but it's Czech. If we could get some sort of a copy of this vehicle for the Americans, everybody would be happy. But nowadays, you only get the Chafee Hellcat, the T-78, which is alright. It's free if you got it from Twitch or the recent event for the coin thingy, whatever, the road trip coin thingy. But that's alright of a tier 6 premium. Super Hellcat was given out for free. It's not a premium, right? I don't think this is a premium. So vehicle details, that's not it. Ah, crap. It shouldn't be. It's not a premium for the Super Hellcat. It's just a gift tank. That doesn't count. Scorpion, I like it. It's a premium. It just doesn't have any armor or survivability. If you get rammed, you're dead. So weighs only about 7 tons. Pretty lightweight. And no armor. 1 millimeter across everywhere. 1 millimeter. Yeah, that has no armor. But it's a fun little tank destroyer. And then the reward T-28 concept, it's not a premium. So yeah, we're lacking a good premium American tank destroyer, but the TL-7 is not it. I mean, I don't feel it's it. So 4.5 out of 10, maybe 5 out of 10 since it's a premium, but it's pretty average. Well, there you go, folks. The TL-7. So as expected, all the premium tier 9s are not that spectacular, other than the T-54 that we saw yesterday, but that could be a long while. We still have the Chieftain prototype to go through, as well as the T-54, but yeah, like Wargaming, yeah, we can make money out of this stuff. Oh, tier 9 premiums. Not that many people complain about the STRVK. Wow, we're going to do a lot more of those and get more money. Delicious money. Well, there you go, folks. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys learned about the TL-7 and not that spectacular of a vehicle, I guess, but I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Starry, starry night. Paint your palette blue and gray. Look out on a summer's day with eyes that know the darkness in my soul.